Hi guys, how's everybody doing this Sunday? I know I'm 3 minutes late. Early, I mean not late, early. But I just wanted to get on here and make sure that everything was like 100%. We do this every single month, every single week, just to make sure everything's 100%. How's everybody doing? How is everybody? How are you doing? Like I said, I know I'm a bit early. How are you doing? How's everybody going? Yeah, guys, where are you coming in from? From which side of the world are you? Which country are you logging in from? Please say hello. Please drop a hello. I am in Cape Town or I am in Dubai. If you're Layla, you know, please just put in the comment section a hello and where you're tuning in from. And welcome, guys. Welcome. You know. Hi, Addie. Oh, it's my beautiful sister-in-law. She's logged on. Adelaide, where are you in the world? Where are you coming in from? One day, Adelaide, you know, when people come on, it says, bring them on live. So one day is one day, mommy. One day is one day. So I am early. We do start this at 7 o'clock, but I just jumped in here a little bit early just to say hello and just to test to see how everything is. Lighting and all, you know, this journey, we just keep evolving and making sure it's 100%. And it's exciting. So where you guys logging in from? Hi, big brother. Okay, Bishop, when you say hello, I'm home, where is home? For the rest of the people who don't know where home is, where are you tuning in from? Hi, Maria. Thank you so much, my darling. It's so cold in Cape Town, guys. It is so cold. It's ridiculous right now. I was like, not even chanting it. I'm like, I am wearing a jacket for this live because I'm not a big fan of the heater. So I'm putting that in there, you know. Hey, sis. How you doing, Miss Adelaide? That's my beautiful sister-in-law. So, guys, like I said, I am a little bit early. We do start officially at 7. But it's good to see you guys. It really, really is. How you doing in your side of the world? Bishop, how's the weather in Zambia? Seeing as you don't want to type in that you're logging in from Zambia. How is Zambia? How's it going? Maria, how's it on your side? Where are you logging in from, sweetheart? Put that in the comment section. So it's officially 7 now. This is when everybody else now starts coming in. You see, now our chat is about to finish our little intro. So yeah, how's everybody doing? I hope you guys have really, really had a great week. I'm here in Cape Town. It's slightly cold. If you're coming on this platform for the very first time, thank you for being with us and welcome. This is really just, it's a place, it's a safe space to just come and have a chat on a plethora of different topics. Like I always say to people, like it's a community, and so how we like to be in this community is like feel free to drop in your own comments in the comment section. You know, not everybody is an expert. Sometimes I might get somebody who's an expert to come here and speak on certain things, but one thing that we can't take away is people shared experiences. So, you know, just feel at ease to share what you know or what your truth is authentically, because we keep it 100% all the time. So you just do you to the best of your ability, and there's no judgment, man. Like, please, judgment free, you know. So just know it's a safe space, and you know you are more than welcome and free to share what you have. And the whole purpose of this is to have a space where we can learn, man, and we can grow together. You know, everybody's so powerful and everybody's got these different journeys and these things that they've learned, and it's such a great opportunity to be able to share with each other, to learn, to empower. So I know I say that we don't, you know, there's no expert, and at times I might bring an expert in a subject matter, but trust me, when it comes to life, we are all experts. We are absolutely all experts. I have my phone balancing on something, guys, so pray for me that this thing doesn't just drop. If it does, don't panic. I'll just put it up there. So let's see what Bishop is saying here. He says, we're just out of our winter and getting into summer, getting into nice and warm before summer sets in. Thank you, Bishop, for responding. Bishop is in Zambia. Maria says she'll be right back. I see my handsome baby brother, not so baby. Hi, Tilu. Where you logging in from, Tilu? For the sake of those that are coming in, I always ask people to just say hello and put in where they're logging from in the world. You know, it's really good to see you. Yeah. And like I said, guys, hey, Miss Praline, how you doing, girl? Where are you logging in from? I love this queen. She's got her own channel. It's absolutely fantastic. It's an absolutely awesome channel. You know, you must put the link in the comment section, Praline, so people can go and see what it is that you do with your own authentic self and with your own authentic source. I love it. Hello, Maxi. Makadiko, hey? Murkupi. Anyway, chimbo isapa my comment sections. Murkupi. Where are you in the world, Baba? Hey? Can we follow the instructions? Hi, Maxi. How you doing? I hope you're watching this with Connie, eh? Where's my girl at? You know, how you doing? Max is also just another brilliant man who does so much magic in his field, you know. Thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate you. I'm really excited, you know, because Moira is just going to come up here and unpack a lot of things for us. And like I said, guys, you know what it is? Whenever you watch any of these lives, I hope that you don't ever feel judged. Just feel empowered to do better. Because that's what it's about. You know, a lot of times we do things and we need to unlearn certain things. That's what we need to do as a collective. We need to unlearn certain things. So if something hits you and you're like, been there, done that, or I have done that to somebody, it's okay. Don't panic. You just now need to go on the process of unlearning, because we all have behavior that we need to unlearn because of how we've been raised or what we've been exposed to. So truly there's no judgment here, but there's learning. Hey, Miss Peggy from Cape Town. How you doing, girl? Peggy is another talented MAU makeup artist extraordinaire. Peggy, you must put in your Instagram link or something in my comment section so that people can also see what you do. Same with Maxi and everybody who does something that's online. Let's just put that in there so that people can go to you if they want to get your particular expertise. We want the tribe to thrive. That's what we're about. And so like I was saying, yeah, my name is Suzio, by the way, for those of you who don't know me. I know my name looks like it is spelled Suzgo, but it's pronounced Suzio. So yeah, hi Lindy, how you doing, madam girl? The royal one who just blew up my page for the last 2 Sundays. Was it 3 Sundays, babes? Thank you for being with us and just being so incredible. I love and appreciate you. Lindy, I was just saying to everybody that if you've got a page or something, please put your page in the comment section as well. Just so people can connect with you, because there's so many different people who do so many different things. We want everybody to thrive. The stage of life is just like big enough for everybody. Hello, Wupe, my Zambian queen from Solwezi. Thanks, girl, my day one. Huh? They're just some day ones here. Some of you guys have shares in this program. You've seen the process, man. You have seen the process. So yeah, welcome guys. Lindy, I was just saying it's cold, girl. It is freezing. I'm just not loving this weather right now at all. So excuse me if you see me with tissue and my tea. You know I can't be here without my tea and an ant. Queen Mo, are you around? Moira, are you there? If you're there, say hello. You know, thanks, Peggy. Do that, baby girl. Put that thing in the comment section. Guys, so welcome. You know, today I'm really excited. This is something that, you know, we've wanted to discuss for quite some time. And, you know, everything works in perfect timing, in its perfect season. And Moira wasn't available. And I thank God for Lindy, because everything just, you know, we understand that in the biggest sphere of things just go, and they work exactly how they're meant to work, you know. So everything kind of lands right on time. And in South Africa, it's Women's Month. So we celebrate women. We celebrate women all the time. I mean, if you're a man, you know that you celebrate a woman every single day. But in South Africa, it's Women's Month. So a lot of things are like focused on women. And so this is such a powerful discussion that we're going to be having. Just feel free to drop your comments in the comment section or your experiences. If you're not comfortable, that's also okay. You can just sit here and watch and take it in. But like I said, one of the most important thing is that I want people to understand that we get empowered together, and if you've missed the mark, it's not the time to be feeling judged. It's the time to think, now I am going to sit down and I'm going to adjust whatever that behavior is. Because when you know better, you do better. And that's the thing. You want to know better. So let's do know better. Hi, Olivia. My little niece said hello. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? You know, when you do better, when you know better, you do better. So that's the heart of this. There's just like no condemnation. And we're all learning, and it'll be different topics every single week or whatever the case may be. So I just want you to take that kind of energy in, that if I learn something about myself that may not necessarily be great, it's okay, because I'm alive. And if I'm alive, I can adjust. And if I can adjust, I can be a better version of myself, because now I'm conscious and I know better. And that's what we want. We want you to know better. So it's an exciting time. Where's my girl at? Where's Miss Mo? Moira, are you here? Please say hello in the comment section, or did I miss your hello somewhere? Masi Chaba, welcome. I don't know where you're coming in from, so just if you can, just put in the comment section where you're from. Hi, Ange. Ange from New York City. Okay, girl, you say your official page will be up next week. We look forward to that, babe. We look forward to that. Like I say to everybody, if you've got a page or something, hey, Miss Moira is here. Momo, welcome, baby girl. I'm going to bring you on screen here. I'm going to bring you on screen without dropping everything here. Moira, add. We're going to add you. Hi, Felicity. How you doing, girl? Thank you for coming in. Hello, Emmanuel. Where you ladies coming in from? Hey. How you doing?
I'm good, Han. How are you?
I'm good, babe. I'm really well excited to have you here. Happy anniversary again. 18 years.
Thank you.
18 years, guys, of marriage. Happy anniversary. Mama, I know that we've spoken about this, and we really want to impact and get everything in time, because I know you are living from two different places.
Help us.
You are on Instagram and you are on Facebook, girl. Look at you.
Girl, this is an experiment for all of us. So if it works, guys, we made it all work. If it doesn't work, guys, we failed.
That's it. Next, we'll figure it out as we go along. Welcome, Angie. Welcome, guys. More. Is the sound okay? I've got music playing in the background. Is it sounding okay?
I'm okay with it. I don't know how it is with everybody else, but I'm okay with it.
Okay, good. Okay, guys, you know what? If you see me turning to the side, I promise you I'm not being rude. I'm just looking at my laptop because there are comment sections coming up there. I don't really want to mess with my phone. Moira, if you could just, give us an intro of who you are. We're very excited, and thank you so much for coming on the platform, because you truly are, for me, the expert when it comes to these kind of things. So I really appreciate you being with us today.
No, I appreciate you inviting me, and yeah, the timing was just obviously not, and we just went with it and trusted the timing. And the great news is, what I would have discussed had we done it 2 weeks ago would have been a different topic. But as I was exploring what we need to share and having conversations with my community on Instagram, it turned out people wanted to know more about what abusive relationships look like. And I thought, you know what? That's it. We go with that. Because I can come here and have something on my heart that I may want to share. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the thing that people need at that time. So I'm actually grateful for Lindy. And I watched all those. I had to catch up because I couldn't make it. Girl. Girl, you did good. And I'm just so grateful for all of you guys, for this tribe. And thank you for inviting me to do this today. So, yeah. So I thought I'd give it a delay before I actually switch on my Insta.
Yeah.
So we manage the time, because on Instagram it kicks us off. So, let me just start switching on Insta now as we keep chatting, and I can introduce myself to everybody at the same time. Yeah. So guys, see me looking in this direction. I'm looking at the screen, and this is you guys. And I got a load of notes. So when I do this, we're gonna need all the prayers here, guys.
We learning as we go along.
We'll make it work.
How are you, gorgeous? We see you.
We'll make it work. So, okay, if I just grab what I need here.
Hi, Tabi-san. Thank you, my angel. We see you. And to everybody, Angelina, I see you as well. Thank you for just jumping in there. You can just put in the comment section where you're logging in from. How you guys doing? Thank you for being with us today. We just working out the technicality.
We are. I'm just gonna type in.
Yeah. I feel you. Guys, I promise you, we have just been learning as we go along. If you have something that you need to do, just get on with it. You'll figure it out as you go along. I promise you. And there's a big tribe of people who want you to succeed. So do what you gotta do. Guys, can you hear me clearly? Because on my side, I'm getting a little bit of an echo. I hope that's not your experience. Since I've been saying, Auntie Lindy, are we good on your side? Because we've got weather issues here, so you know, if you can just drop in the comment section if you're good, then I know we're good.
So Bruce has just joined in and it says we can hear Susie. Great, honey.
Thank you, Bruce. That's my brother right there.
It's like I'm talking to myself or I'm just silent. So I'm glad you can hear her.
Okay. Felicity says she's getting an echo. Bruce says I'm fine.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. So Instagram family, hello. And I'm just putting in the title so that we all know what's going on. And I am live on Facebook with my friend Susie. So if you see me looking in this direction, please know I'm not ignoring you. I'm talking to Susie, and because she's the one actually hosting me. She's the founder of Authentically You Coaching, and we've been friends since we were 6 and 7. So it's been a while. She's a sister friend. That's just the best way to describe this friendship. And so you will hear her in the background as she makes comments. So that way we can all be part of the same conversation. It's great to be here. So for both platforms, if you're new to me, I'm Moira Chigariro. I'm the Right Love Mentor. And today I want to talk to you guys about the things you need to look out for toxic and abusive relationships. So if we're connected on Facebook and Instagram, you'll know that I've been, for the past 24 hours, just having a conversation with everybody about what signs they look out for when it comes to toxic relationships. What does that look like for them? What does that feel like for them? Because I wanted to get a feel of how people respond to the conversation and if they're actually aware of what toxicity looks like in relationships.
Yeah.
And I say that because too often we will say, my relationship is normal. But the reality is that what you're calling normal is toxicity, abuse. So we can't claim normal when we actually don't know what abuse is.
Yeah.
That's why I thought this would be an interesting topic to spend some time on and make sure that we're all at least aware of the signs, because there's so much, guys, that we all say is love, but it's just trauma.
Mm.
And that's really why I wanted to do this. And it's especially important for me to share this because growing up, and Susie knows this, I witnessed a lot of abuse and toxicity being presented as love. The people around me, especially the women around me, practiced abuse and toxicity, and they called it love. And a lot of what I witnessed and the stories I've heard and watching from my aunties to cousins, my mom, my stepmoms, this is why I do what I do. Okay. I just had to reach a point, an awakening within myself that said, everything my mom went through, everything my stepmom went through, my aunties, the neighbors, that couldn't have been in vain.
Yeah.
Because if I know all these things and I'm aware and I've been given the gift of awareness to all these things and still choose to do relationships as normal, I couldn't live with myself.
Yeah.
I couldn't. So for anyone who ever questions or ever wanted to know, why do I do what I do? This is why. Okay, this is why. And my intention is that what I do inspires not just you, but the next generation to recognize what real love is. Because we can't continue to keep recycling toxicity, recycling abuse, calling it love, and then the next generation is recycling the same thing. We are failing the next generation. We're failing each other if we continue to recycle the trauma, continue to cycle the drama, continue to recycle the pain. And then we still have the nerve to stand and say it's a generational curse. Mm-mm. We are refusing to learn. We are refusing to stop and say, I've seen this being done before. How can I do things different?
Yeah.
And then commit to that. So, yeah, that's okay. Went a little bit off script there, but
You gotta go with it, you gotta flow with it.
So hello, hi everybody on Insta joining now. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending time with me. I was just sharing with everybody else that I'm actually on Facebook Live with my friend Suzio. So when you hear the music, because she's got some ambient music in the background, when you hear a voice, that's her speaking because she's hosting me. And I wanted this to be efficient for us so that we have the same topic going at the same time and we don't then I don't have to be re-recording this to upload for you guys, and let's just make it a single conversation. Yeah. So welcome everybody who's just joining on Insta. Thank you so much. Everyone on Facebook, thank you guys. And guys, this is an experiment for both of us, this Facebook Insta thing. So work with us here.
Yeah.
So I'll just, one more time before I jump in. If you see me looking here, I'm talking to the Facebook community with my friend Susia. When I'm looking here, I'm talking to the Insta family. Hi, Shungu. Hi, Miss Joyce. And Tavis, hi. Susia, you're here too. Hi.
Just check in.
Okay, so if any of you guys have been following my Insta stories, and I've put some on the Facebook page, we've been having a very lively conversation on abuse. And what I needed to do is ensure that this conversation is a conversation that allows you not only to get the opportunity to understand what abuse may look like, but also to give you the opportunity to begin to look in your world and saying, is this healthy? Or is this actually not healthy? Because too often, as I said earlier in the intro, we all get involved in relationships without the clear awareness that actually, no, this isn't love. I'm being hurt here, and I need to do something to make sure that I step out of this environment. So, what's abuse? I mean, I could neglect that, but that's definitely where we need to start. Oh, and by the way, because I got so many notes, when I look down here, guys, I'm just looking at my Mac just to make sure I stay on track and make sure I give you guys all the information that I prepared for you without going off on a tangent. So yeah, so abuse, that's just simply when somebody intentionally harms someone else. That's all. The intentionality in there is what makes it abuse. And yes, someone may be abusing you without knowing it. And just because they don't have the intention of abusing you, the fact that it's harming you and it's happening consistently, it is. So this thing of, oh no, they don't know what they're doing. No, is it harming you? Are you continuously emotionally on eggshells? Are you walking an emotional tightrope? Are you being physically harmed? Are you mentally stressed and mentally anxious when you're around this person? That, if it's affecting you in those capacities, yes, it is abuse. Whether or not you want to accept it doesn't change the reality of what's potentially actually happening to you. Sorry, guys, I don't know what's just happened to my screen on this side. It's just gone a bit dim. Guys, can you see me clearly on this side? Give me a wave if you can.
Yeah, you're clear on the other side now.
Cool. Okay, thanks, Sue. Okay, so what we need to be clear about is, yeah, humans can be petty. And sometimes we do harm each other. And that's pettiness aside. This is a really serious issue. And what makes it serious is that abuse ignites two types of trauma. There is small t trauma and there is big T trauma. Both impact individuals differently. So when we're talking about small t trauma, I'm talking about an event that is consistently highly distressing and affects your personal life. Okay. And when we talk about your big T trauma, this is something more significant, and this is an event that leaves you, the individual, feeling powerless. So that's your small t trauma and the big T trauma. And what I need you all to do is, whatever I share with you here, do yourself a favor. After this is finished, do your own research. Okay? Because I don't have all the answers, but what I want to do is just lay the foundation for you to inspire you either into action to change your circumstances, to get more information, or even hopefully to help someone you've now recognized is actually in an abusive relationship to pull themselves out of that place. Okay? So when we talk about the big T trauma and the small t trauma, the thing is, you could say, okay, Moira, give me an example, right? And I'll say to you, it could be infidelity, it could be divorce, it could be financial trouble. We all respond to trauma differently. For me, maybe financial trouble could be small t trauma because of how I process it. For someone else, financial trouble could be big T trauma because of the way it begins to consistently impact their lives on a daily basis to the point where they feel completely helpless. So understand that small T trauma, even though the definitions are slightly different, the impact is what makes the difference. How it impacts you as an individual and how you begin to function in your life is what makes the trauma either big or small. So small T trauma, it affects you at an emotional or mental level, and it affects your personal life, but you continue to maintain a reasonable level of functionality daily. But big T trauma impacts you in such a way that it is so distressing. The way you then begin to function in your daily life is so hampered in the sense that you begin to feel helpless and hopeless. And this is where we then may hear sometimes other people take their own lives. For something that started as a small T trauma expanded into a big T trauma. Okay? So with abuse and the abuser, the key thing I need you to know, which is the first thing, is everything they're doing and everything they do to you is to establish control. So the first thing I need you to think about when it comes to abuse is control, because that is the underlying intention that they have in whatever they do. So control is where it all starts, and they feed off this sense of you are doing exactly as they want you to do. It's literally an insatiable hunger for them, that once they start to do whatever it is they're doing, it's essential for them to ensure that whatever happens, you are completely under control. So when we talk about control, we all know that it's a power play, right? So again, another way I need you to look at it: control and power dynamics. Because the person in power is always the person who's in control. So look at it again from that perspective in your relationships. When you're navigating your relationships, is there a person that you're saying is in control? And if we're saying someone is in control, we need to ask why. Because the thing about control is it starts when it's in a relationship. It starts so with the subtle things. No, I don't like what you're wearing. No, do you really need to watch that? I don't think that's quite the appropriate thing for a woman like you to be watching. You know that friend of yours? I don't know. I don't quite like them. I mean, should you guys be friends? It starts with those little things. And when you're naive to this, you're thinking, oh, okay, they care about what I'm wearing. So, you know, they have an interest in how I present myself. So let me change the way that I wear. The difference is they're just saying, I don't like what you're wearing. The way it is said tells you that somebody wants to change you. There's a difference between saying, babe, yeah, that's not working. Let's try something different. And you put an outfit together and you want your partner to not look like they've just rolled out of bed. Okay, that's different. We all want to be able to know that our partners have our back. If we're not looking like we're well put together, they're like, whoa, babe, okay, shall we just readdress that over there and maybe try this? And even the way it's said, it's different. But if it's just, no, I don't like it when you're dressed like that. No, you know what, that friend of yours, I don't like them. Or you know what, when you go out with your friends and you're not texting me every 5 minutes, I don't like that. That's wrong. That's got nothing to do with love. And a lot of people sadly look at it as oh no, they care. Oh no, he wants me to text him because he misses me. Mm-mm. A healthy relationship gives you space to be alone with your friends and family without infringing on that special self-care time, because friends and family pour into you, you know?
Yeah.
The time you have with friends and family is so important because that's your basis of support. So if they begin to now want to pull you away from that, what they're beginning to do is to cut you off from the support.
Yeah.
And this is now where we begin to gradually grow into the space where they are pushing the boundaries of how far can I actually control this person? How far will they let me do it? And what you'll find with most of these people is that narcissists are the ones who are so hung up on wanting to control you. And the thing about a narcissist is it's a personality disorder, okay?
Yeah.
It's nothing to smile at. It's nothing to laugh about. It's a real personality disorder. One that you need to take very seriously, because these people have no headspace for your feelings or what you even think. It's all about them. They are so self-centered. It's me, 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 me. Next to that, narcissists who are more prevalent to be abusers are people who are patriarchal. And we all know what patriarch personalities do. This is simply somebody who believes that the world we live in is better served by having men controlling what women do, men in power and keeping the women out. So if you have and you're dating a personality who's patriarchal, just be aware that they're also very prone to abuse, because control and power in a patriarchal society is literally the foundation. So if control and power is the foundation and you're dating someone or married to someone who is patriarchal, then your relationship and your marriage is about him being in power and controlling you. And I don't care how you want to define it, how you want to spiritualize it. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Because the only person you're hurting is you. Again, hi everybody joining on Instagram. So if you see me looking here, I'm looking at the Facebook screen. And when I look at you guys here, I'm looking at the Instagram community. So thank you so much for joining me. So to continue with this, the thing about a narcissist and patriarchal personalities is that everything they do is to minimize you. Okay? I need you to understand that. It's to minimize you. There isn't room on the stage for both of you to shine. Never. But the only time they will allow you or pretend to let you shine in an abusive relationship is they'll hurt you and then they'll love bomb you. And that's another term I need you to be aware of. Love bombing. So they've just taken you through this horrendous event, or they've hurt you emotionally, physically, whatever it is. And straight after, they're being all passionate and loving. They're telling you they're sorry. They're giving you all these gifts, all these gestures. Just, oh, honey, that is love bombing. That's just an excessive display of affection to get you to forgive them, say it's okay, pacify you, and you're feeling the love again because you weren't feeling loved. And the moment that happens, you drop your guard again, and we're back to controlling you.
This comment section are really blowing up, you know?
Okay, I'll take a break in a moment and we can go through the comments. So yes, control always comes with, I hurt you, but I need you to stay with me so I can continue to exert my power over you. So I'm going to love bomb you. You're going to think it's okay, and you're back in that passivity place. Things go back to normal. They continue to abuse you. This is how the cycle carries on. Okay? So when they're doing this, be aware that in this abuse cycle and the love bombing, this is actually a narcissist's favorite tool, because it really allows them to make you feel special again, to make you feel like you're loved again. And then they just pull the rug under you, cut you right at the feet, and we're back to square one. And that's how the cycle goes. So when you say, I don't understand why she couldn't get out, this is why a lot of people who go through abuse don't get out. They're put through these cycles of love and hurt and love and hurt. And some people will be like, no, 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 no. That's just a passionate relationship. No, no. That's not passion. It's abuse. Okay? So please just take that out of the equation where there is harm and there is an excessive attempt to show affection, and then the cycle continues again. That's love bombing. It is not passion. Passion, I don't know why people like to conflate this and put the two together, but passion doesn't have to include pain or harm. And I know romantic shows have given us this notion that we go through these ups and downs and it's dramatic, and it's a show.
Yeah.
It's a book. It's a plot. So if you want to live your life from the template of a plot, a rom-com, a best-selling movie, then I really don't know what to say. But the sooner you get back to reality, the sooner you can experience real love and what affection really is. Because what happens is, while we're still on this control thing, as they begin to pull you away, as I mentioned earlier, from friends, you know, when they say, no, I really don't like when you talk to that person. No, I really think that you should probably spend less time with your family, your mom, whoever it is. That is the beginning of potentially the next stage of their abuse, isolation. Okay, so isolation is number 2. And isolation comes in many forms. It could be you get together and they say, or you've moved in together and they say, oh no, we need to move towns. You could literally move a town, you could leave the country, just anywhere where they know that your community and your support is not around to give you the support that you need. And the purpose of isolation is to ensure that A, nobody sees what you're going through, so they can't be the, you know, that buffer that you need, where sometimes a friend will be like, Sue, are you okay? I mean, I've been seeing you doing this and something's different. Ever since you got with him, things have changed. Is an abuser knows that. And so they'll do everything they can to make sure they pull you away from your support system. They'll pull you away from people who'll be able to question them on what they're doing. It is calculated, and they do it so well. And if you're not aware of it, you will willingly put yourself in a place where they literally put you behind four walls and you don't even know what's happening until the day you wake up and go, who am I? What's been happening to me? So isolation is really about making sure that, so yes, they either physically isolate you, make you relocate, or they emotionally isolate you. And emotional isolation will come in, should you really be spending that much time with your family? I mean, I noticed your mom can be a bit like a casual conversation, and you're given all the reasons why your mom is not the best person to spend time with. But that friend, I mean, should you really be? So what happens is you begin to look at your friend, your mom, your family, whoever they are, with a questioning about the relationship you've always had. And the moment they sow that seed of doubt, it gets easier for them, because now all they have to do is keep sowing more seeds. So it could then be a question of, should you really be on Instagram? Because remember, again, on Instagram, you're connected to friends, family, other people you don't know. You're posting pictures. It's about anything to make sure that you don't have that access to the outside world. A simple example that I know you can all relate to is, think about dictatorship governments. You know how they will suddenly just cut off the internet? Little things like that, because they're aware that the outside world influence how you respond to how you're being treated within your own country. So to stop that, let's just cut off their access to the outside world. And then they won't be getting all these crazy ideas about how to respond to all this human rights abuses that we are practicing in our country. Similarly, they will now give you propaganda. So they'll shut off again all the international channels, and you're forced to watch specific shows that they have decided are approved by the government. So if you look at it from that perspective, how a government tries to control a country, same thing in relationships and isolation. Someone begins to approve your friends, approve what you're watching, approve what they think you should be listening to, approve your communication with the outside world. But more importantly, it's not about them wanting to approve, it's about them controlling and stopping you, okay? So you don't communicate with the outside world. And another way you can think of it is, consider how cults work, okay? The isolation, the control. They tell them, no, you need to live a certain way. So again, if your partner is telling you you have to show up a certain way, you have to present yourself a certain way, why? Because why all of a sudden do I have to show up a certain way and present myself a certain way? When you met me, this is how I showed up. This is how I presented myself. So again, be aware, what is this new interest in how I show up, how I present myself? What is this new interest in who I talk to and who I shouldn't talk to? Especially if you yourself actually have no issue with this person, especially if you actually love this person and find yourself possibly the most authentically you with this person, and someone else is now suddenly coming in and saying, no, I don't think that's a good person to spend time with. No, I don't think that's a good club for you. It just doesn't work. Question that. Don't always assume that your partner wants the best for you. We would want them to always have the best for us, but question it. Is this genuine love? Is this a conversation that we actually need to be having, not just me being told, hey, stop this? Because the thing about relationships is communication is key. Because if they're saying, hey, you know what, I think Suzio is probably not the best person for you to be talking to, I need to know why. Why do you all of a sudden feel that Suzio isn't the best person for me to talk to? Suzio and I have been friends since our childhood. What's changed? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? And be bold enough to say, but yeah, no, I'm not seeing that. Because the moment you allow them that level of influence to begin to tell you who you cannot see, you are helping them fulfill their isolation tactic. Because remember, it's a dual game that we're playing here. I do this, so you do that. And whatever they're doing is for their gain, never for you. So it could even be you have planned to go to an event, and then the very last minute, they pick up a fight. You're arguing, you're screaming, and they know if you fight just enough and push you just enough, you can be like, okay, fine, I'm not going anymore. That, in its subtlety, you think, oh, we've just had a fight, but no, they have planned it to ensure that I have a fight with her, she feels bad, she'll not go to that party that I didn't want her to go anyway, and she'll then spend her time here fussing over me and my hurt feelings about what she was going to do or what she didn't do. So typical control, narcissist personality, it's back on them. Because it's never about you having fun. It's never about you being able to be out there and living your life. It's about you centering them, doing things for them, doing things the way they want you to do. And sometimes it could be they just won't want you to go out there because they're jealous. And that's number 3. They are jealous that as long as you're not with them, you're potentially showering everyone else with attention. And as long as you're not with them, you're having so much fun. So you see how the sabotage and jealousy work together? So it can always come back to center me, because I should be the center of your universe. I'm yours. And that's what you need to be aware of. This fight that happened 10 minutes before you had to go to have dinner with your parents. This happens 10 minutes before you have to go to your friend's wedding. What's that about? If you end up having to stay at home because we had this massive fight, I need you to pause and begin to look at your relationship and say, what's going on, especially if it's a recurring theme.
Okay. Mo?
Okay, I will pause there for a little bit and I'll check out your comments while Susie also tells me what everybody's saying.
You know what? I just want to say we are like at 6 minutes to 8, and I know you're gonna cut off somewhere on Instagram because Facebook continues.
Oh no, remember I started late on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're good. Okay, great. You know what? Yeah. All right, so long you got your timekeeper. I'm sure you got your timekeeper going somewhere there, checking that you're okay. But there's just a couple of things, and there's a lot of things in the comment section that when people are resonating. I just wanted to pull up some couple of things for me, because we already know this, that isolation.
So, guys, can you hear Susie? Because I just want to make sure you can hear her as well, so we're all part of the same conversation. Hi, everybody else. Just waiting for a wave. Just give me a yes and let me know you can hear Susie, please, if you can hear her. Susie, you just keep talking, and then hopefully someone will.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to say, which is so important, what you've highlighted, is isolation really leads to annihilation, because your emotions, who you are, your identity, everything's going to be annihilated because you've been put aside, and it looks like love, but it sure as hell is not love. And you spoke about also just so people don't get confused, because we always need to put this in context. It's the intent, the intention of what something is being said or why it's being said is very important. And the intent in terms of things is control. So everything I'm doing, my intention is to control you, it is to bury you, it is to paralyze you, it is to suspend you, it is to make you second guess who you are and how you show up. So it's the intent that people also need to be mindful. And this is what I love about the work that you do, because you get people at two different places. If you can catch them before they get into this stuff, sure, praise the Lord. Then, they're able to recognize.
I want to catch people before they actually get in there, because I'm truly a believer in prevention being better than cure. So yeah, and I'm here to try and catch you before you actually get there. I'll still be there if you get there, but yes, I'm going to try and catch you before we actually go in there.
Well, I'm going to need you to speak, because people are saying I've got an echo. Moses, why do I have an echo? I have no idea why I have an echo. It's so annoying.
Okay, so here, well, Susie's just double checking whether or not she has an echo. So comment here. Tabby says, oh, they say, why do you look so good when you're going out without me? Oh, so true. Yeah. That is so true. They do. Let me just scroll through here, see what else we've got.
If Moses is still there, can you tell me why I am having some kind of an echo? If anybody knows how to remedy the echo, what should I be doing? Should I be logging off and coming back?
So guys, Susie just seems to be having an echo, and she's just trying to sort that out.
This is where we blame the devil. I have no idea, guys, why I've got an echo. I have no idea.
So I think I should probably just close. Nah, I'll leave it. Okay, so while Susie's trying to fix her echo, guys, I'm going to carry on and go into number 4. Where are we? Yeah, coercion. And the thing about the power dynamic and coercion is, for control, isolation, self-sabotage, and jealousy to work, is that your partner or abuser needs to have mastered those subtle ways of getting you to believe that it was actually your idea. So that's like a cohesive control mechanism that they use. So usually this is because the abuser lacks empathy, and they just lack communication skills to be able to let you know what their emotional needs are, or just express what they actually need from you. And so what you need to do with coercion is make sure that whenever someone's giving you an idea of what they think you should do, or if your partner is telling you how they think you should show up, be mindful that at the end of it, the goal is to make it seem like it was your idea in the first place. That way it doesn't look to you like you're actually being abused. It doesn't look to you like you're actually being controlled. And another way that coercion can show up is, if I put it to you guys like this, think about a mother-son relationship. In those relationships where people have just gotten married, and all of a sudden mom is very much in the relationship. Mom may not necessarily say to her son, don't do this, or I need you to do this, but the way she may present herself and share her plight or whatever it is she's going through makes her son feel like he needs to do more. He needs to be there more for his mom, and probably tells his new wife, hey, mom needs us because she's going through this and that. And that's not to say don't be there for your in-laws when you're married, but pay attention to how it happens, because there are many mothers who go through that separation thing when their sons get married, and instead of articulating what they're feeling, they use coercion to make their son or even their daughter do more for them, so they don't feel like they've been cut off. So in relationships, pay attention to how that can work between you and your partner, because they can coerce you into doing things that you may not have necessarily ever considered doing, but all of a sudden you will think it's your idea because they put it in such a way that allows them to turn things around to the point where you're like, oh yeah, you know what? That's such a good idea. Let's do that. And the thing about coercion as well, guys, is it comes in many forms. And one particular form that I personally am at odds with is sometimes in the spiritual sectors. Other people will come and tell you, because I've personally experienced it, not in a, but they will tell you, God is saying, they will tell you, I believe God wants us to. Guys, we all have our own personal relationships with God. Even if you're a couple, if one person says, I believe God says, I need you to say, okay, I need my time with God as well. I need to hear God for myself too, because guess what? God speaks to you too. They don't speak through one person.
Yeah.
If you need information, take the time to hear God for yourself, because if this is someone who genuinely loves and cares for you, they will give you the space and time to hear God for yourself as well. So please be very careful on this one. A lot of people will use spirituality to abuse you, and you'll be none the wiser. And that's one coercion that will leave you in a place of helplessness. Yet you'll think, but no, I got myself here. But no, somebody else was gently guiding you into this place, which you had no intention of being in the first place. And when the abuser has this coercive control over you, they also want you to be, not only to just do this, but to be so scared of doing other things outside of them. So they convince you that they need to make decisions for you. They need to be there when you make a decision. They need to be there for your next right step. They need to be the one that give you approval. And again, they do it in a way that you think, oh, let me just check in with my partner. It's one thing to have a communicative relationship where you both just share and are consistently checking in. But when you find yourself constantly in a place where you can't even do the smallest of things without having to check in, chances are your partner has been gently weaving their way to the place of getting you to be so dependent on them that you have to always get their approval. And usually that then leads to another form of abuse, financial and material abuse. Because you have to get their approval, they now begin to control things like the money. Even your own account, sometimes they begin to say, oh, no, 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 I'll just give you an allowance, but I'm better with money. So let me do the money thing and I'll give you your allowance and I'll take care of everything. You'd be like, oh gosh, my man just wants to take care of everything for me. We need to really pay attention to how we show up in that space of wanting the man to do things for us. Because we're more than capable, and most of the time we need to be doing all these things as a team, okay? A team. So be aware when someone says, no, I'll give you an allowance, I'll take care of all the money, and you have no idea what's going on with the money, and they actually get angry when you want to know about the money, or they get upset because you've spent some money. Why did you tell me you were spending? Why did you just do this without me? They just, this irrational anger from nowhere. That's not cool. Even if I have spent and we hadn't agreed, we can have a conversation about why you think I shouldn't have spent that. Because maybe you didn't communicate to me that we wanted to make a different purchase, so maybe we could have used the money for something else. But don't just come and blow up about my expenses because you just feel it's not right. Why? We should have talked about it prior to my spending. Or you might find you actually begin to hide your purchases because you know how your partner responds to when you spend. So if you're finding yourself shopping and hiding the purchases, and oh, what, this whole thing, and you're doing it frequently, I need you to pause and begin to look at why you do that. Because it's possible your partner is financially controlling, and this is your way of trying to still spend, but not make them see that you're spending, and you just keep trying to hide the purchases. No, don't allow them to do that to you.
Mo?
Yeah.
I definitely think there's still and the only way I think to remedy it is I have to cut this off, and I'm not gonna do that. So guys, apologies if I'm not saying anything because you're here to hear what Moira has to say. But Mo, somebody did ask a very good question, and they say, does an abuser sometimes give you control over some things to get you to trust them?
Yes. Yes, they do. Sometimes, so the question, in case you guys are interested in here, it is, does an abuser sometimes give you control to make you trust them? And the answer to that is yes. This is actually part of their coercion tactic, where they will allow you to feel like you are part of the decision making, so you are in control of what's happening. But in fact, everything they're doing is just to ensure that they get you right in that place where you're like, oh yeah, it was my idea. Yeah, I'm the one running with this. But in essence, no, this was seeded into you so that you do exactly as they want. The thing is, abusers are like chess players. They're one step ahead. And unless you pay attention to it, yeah, they'll play you. They will play you. And the thing about, if I go back to the financial control and material control, what they'll also do is, I'll give you an example. I know somebody whose finances were not only being controlled by their partner, but when she came here, a capable driver, she was driving when she was in Zim, but when she came here, her husband said he didn't think it was appropriate that she drove. So even though they had a car, in the dead of winter, she'd still be taking the bus to go to work. The kids would be walking a fairly long distance to go to school, and he would be at home, car parked. There's a time that he was also just convinced that if she was the one in control of the money, that she would spend it all on her family. So he needed to have his clause in her bank accounts. And for a time, she allowed him to be in control of the finances. They're not together anymore, thank goodness. But these are just a few examples of how control happens and how financial abuse happens and how material abuse happens. I know a young lady who boyfriend would take the car, go wherever he needed to go. She was pregnant. She needed to go to her antenatal appointments. She'd have to take the bus or walk. The car is hers. But he would be doing anything else but taking her to antenatal appointments. And again, she'd be like, oh no, he just needed the car. But priorities, guys, priorities. We can share a car, yes. But I can't be 8 months pregnant going to my antenatal appointment by bus when I actually own a car where you could just drive me or I can drive myself. So think about other ways that material and financial abuse can show up, because it does show up and it will look subtle, but if it begins to build and build, you'll find yourself in a position of helplessness where you can't do anything because somebody else is in control. And when they don't get you to do what they want financially, materially, they do what I would call 6, 7, and 8 on our list. That's anger, intimidation, and threats.
Yeah.
And I know those don't necessarily need to be explained because you know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Anytime anyone does anything to put you in a space of fear, it goes back to them wanting you to fear them so they can control you. And if that doesn't work, this is where we find our anger, abuse, and threats escalate to number 9, physical and sexual abuse. And throwing things, guys, is not part of a healthy relationship. So you can't tell me, oh, he just likes to throw things. No, that's not normal. In a healthy relationship where you communicate, throwing things is not a toolbox for communication. You can't tell me, oh, he just likes to knock me around sometimes. When did we make it okay that a guy can just knock you around? That you're not a punching bag.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. And a relationship that is healthy has no hitting. Ever. Britt and I have been married all these years. He's never laid a hand on me. I've never laid a hand on him.
Yeah.
That's just not part of a healthy relationship. You don't hit each other.
Yeah.
And in the same vein, sexual abuse. If a woman doesn't want to have sex with her partner or boyfriend and he forces himself on her, that is abuse. That's not him wanting to be intimate, that's not him showing you that he wants you. No. That is abuse. And again, this one is very hard to talk about, especially in the spiritual realm, because a lot of women have been taught that the man has dominion over them. There are a lot of women going through sexual abuse and being raped by their own husbands. Yes, rape by your own husband is a thing, but because they've been taught that your man has dominion over you, they just say that's just how relationships work, and I just do what he wants me to do when he wants. But hold up. Why aren't we talking about the fact that if a woman isn't willing to have sex with you, something's wrong? Let's deal with that. Maybe she doesn't feel safe. Maybe she's feeling tense. There's so many things she could be feeling that we need to address and talk about and communicate before we say, no, you do what your husband wants to. No, let's have a conversation about why I don't want to have sex with my husband.
Yeah.
Because that's where the problem is. His physical dominance is abuse. And so that, as I can see, my time on Insta is beginning to run out. So quickly, guys, and it's that I will do a separate conversation with you guys. But number 10 quickly for you guys is minimizing, blaming, and gaslighting. That's when they make you feel like it's all your fault. They blame you. And when someone is gaslighting you, that's just them using a combination of tools to make you feel like actually you deserve what's going on. You deserve the pain you're going through, and you deserve whatever it is. And they blame you for it. That's gaslighting. So don't allow yourselves to be in that position ever. Make sure you take the time to reflect on, is this really what I want? But wait, am I really the one at fault here? And again, we're running out of time here. So I will actually do a separate conversation to end this for you guys, and I'll send an alert. But for now, I'm going to have to let you guys go, and I'll save this for you, okay? All right, so I'm just going to download this for these guys, and then I'll send it. I'll put it on my profile. But the thing about minimizing minimizing blaming and gaslighting is it sends you into a space of questioning your own head. Like, you will say, but wait, am I crazy? Did I just see that? And they will convince you that actually, yeah, maybe you are crazy. Yeah, maybe you are making things up. Even though you might have confirmed with them that, no, this is what you said, and they'll tell you, no, I didn't say that. The thing about gaslighting is it's to make you question your reality so that you feel confused and begin to feel out of touch with your own sense of reality, to the point where you begin to think they are right. They are seeing things that I'm not seeing. And again, it's about you then becoming dependent on them so that they can get you to do what they want, put you in the place they want you to be, make sure you are doing things exactly as they want you to be doing. So the other thing to remember is gaslighters are actually projectors, which means you will say to them, you're cheating on me. They'll tell you, no, you're the one cheating on me. And suddenly the conversation is turned. You will say to them, no, you're lying. They'll tell you, no, you're the liar. And the conversation is, and they'll give you reasons why you are the liar. And they will make up stuff to the point where you're like, oh, wait, maybe I am lying. But no, you're not. They just need to make sure that after this conversation is ended, you feel like it's all your fault. You feel like maybe I am losing my mind. And as long as you're there, you are in the perfect position where you are doing everything and anything that they want you to do, and they keep you in a place where you are dependent on them. And they are feeding off your control. They are feeding off this power play, and you're hopeless and helpless. And that place of helplessness and hopelessness is really what I need you to ensure you don't allow yourself to be in a position. Because here's the thing, guys, being smart isn't going to protect you from an abusive relationship, because smart women and those with barely any education are abused. So it doesn't even matter how many degrees you have. It doesn't matter how street smart you are. Abuse happens to everyone. And again, being a good woman, having a spirituality is not going to save you from abuse. And I know people don't like to go there, but good women, bad women, as you want to say they are, you all go through the same thing. And that's because it's not about being a good woman. It's not about being a bad woman, if you want to call the other person bad. But it's about you having the awareness of what is happening and you being bold enough to stand in your power to say no. You being bold enough to say, I'm not going to allow that to happen. And in the event that it does happen, I still need you to fight for yourself and find help. But please don't ever say all I need to be is smart. Don't ever say all I need to be is a good woman. Don't you dare even say all I need to be is the Proverbs 21 woman, because no amount of scripture is going to protect you from an abuser if you don't know what the abusive signs are. So I need you to have an awareness of the world around you. That's what this is all about. An awareness of the dynamics of relationships, because abuse also happens in friendships. Some friends just love the whole power play. Abuse happens in mother, daughter, father, son, parental relationship. Abuse is everywhere. And no amount of good you do will protect you from it. It's all in the awareness of what is potentially happening to you, and you having the conscious insight to recognize that this isn't right, and you doing everything you can to do something about it. So if you're in a place where anything I might have said triggered anything, there are 3 things that you can do immediately. The first thing, you're safe. You get yourself a safe space. Is there something you can do, someone you can speak to allow yourself to get to a place where you feel safe? That's the first thing I need you to focus on. That's number 1. Next is self-care. Once you're in that place, or even if it's a temporary safety, your mind, your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, I need you to do all the self-care you possibly can harness to ensure that you get yourself a place that allows you to begin to heal physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And whilst you're doing this, I need you to make a decision about what's next. Because sometimes people go back. And the thing is, someone might tell you, no, I'm different, I've changed. And you go back, same trauma. And if you aren't in a position to find safety and anyone to speak to, what I would say is, whilst you are looking for a place of safety, I need you to be making a decision. Because once you find that safety place, that safe place, you're going to have to make a decision whether you leave or stay. It's not going to be an easy decision, but you need to make that decision. I will categorically tell you to leave. I will not even question you wanting to leave if you are in a place where you feel and know you're being abused. it's not the thing that I would say, you guys can work it out, because I'm putting you in more harm's way, and that's not right. So whilst you're waiting for safety, start making your decision. And again, it's okay to not jump straight out, because I understand sometimes the circumstances demand that you put in an exit plan. In abusive situations, guys, an exit plan is real and it's necessary. Sometimes people will need to take 3-6 months just to put that exit plan in place. And that's not easy. But the important thing is you execute it until you're out. So if you need to put an exit plan together because you can't leave immediately, you do that. If a friend who wants your friend out, and if for any reason she's saying she can't leave and you can't convince her to leave, help her put that exit plan together. And make sure you're there with her every step of the way. Because they need you to be there for them, to give them support and encouragement to leave. So yeah, those are the 3 things I'd say do right now. Find safety, self-care, and make a decision.
Mo, the echo is back on my side. It's really the network. You know, I normally would be talking to you, but thank you so much, because people are like, all they hear is an echo. So, my darling, I'm gonna ask you to wrap this up so that I can finish and save it, because I'm just not audible. I guess I'm meant to just take it in.
Perhaps, but you know what? That was everything I was saying there. That was me wrapping up. And I'll say, look, if you're in the UK, there are free places like Women's Aid with free phone numbers. So don't feel like you're all alone. Call Women's Aid. And there's so many other organizations that are willing to listen to you and help you make that transition to get yourself into a safe space. If you're in Zimbabwe, I know there is a group called the Friendship Bench. They're also on Instagram, so look for the Friendship Bench. Please don't think there aren't any resources or organizations or people that are there to support you and there to help you leave an abusive relationship, because those places are there, and you need to allow yourself to have just that little bit more courage to reach out to get that help. Because I know after you've been beat down and minimized, subjugated and oppressed, it's hard to find that little bit of courage within yourself to say, I need to do something for myself. But please, 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 just find that little bit that still wants to fight for your life, and just reach out to someone, something, an organization, because ultimately that little call, that little reaching out, that's you saving yourself, because no one's coming. And I know that sounds bleak, but no one's coming unless you reach out. So please just find that little bit and save yourself. In South Africa, I know there are other free phone numbers. So wherever you are in the world, there are organizations that will provide a free service to help you. So please seek them out. Yeah.
Thank you, my angel. I love and appreciate you, and I'll catch you offline while this network keeps hating. Thank you so much to everybody who's watching.
Guys, I appreciate you too.
Bye, babes.